Good evening, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And for this evening, we'll be talking about branding yourself. That's right. We'll be talking about branding yourself because we understand branding yourself essentially is one of the most important things that you can do, not only for your business, not only for your business, but also for your professional career. And it needs to be cultivated. It needs to be nurtured at a very young age. It does, right? It doesn't matter if you're a teenager. It doesn't matter that if you're in your 20s, but essentially it needs to be nurtured, cultivated, trained, mentored inside of you. So whether you're going to be an entrepreneur or working for an organization, business, or any other sort of professional entity. These are some of the things that we need to talk about. These are some of the things that we need to go over so you understand how to conduct yourself at all times. Now, what I've seen is that people don't essentially understand what the word branding means, and that it encompasses all parts of your life. Like you got a business, right? Ross World, Financial Literacy 101. You go to Ross World LLC, rossworldfinancial.com. You see my website. You book a session. I give you financial information. You go off and make lots of money. You listen to me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I give you great stock information. You go off and make a lot of information. That is not only my branding, because branding is not essentially advertising. Branding is not only what your business is. Branding is not only what your logo is. Branding is not only what your slogan is. Branding is you. So let's define this term branding. It says here, mark with a branding iron, mark undeniably, mark out to describe as in having a particular bad or shameful quality, assigned to a brand name to, promote a particular product or company by means of advertising and distinctive design. So we have all these different forms of branding. But essentially what you need to understand are these two next forms of branding so you can be successful, because a lot of times some of you are not understanding, what do I need to do to get over the hump? What am I not doing? I have a good product. I have a good service. I filed my business with the federal government. I got my EIN. I got my taxpayer ID number. I register my company with the state, my LLC with the state. I have the trading. I have the patents. I trademarked my name and my brand. All these things that you believe to be successful, but you're still not successful. Why is that? Could it be something simple as branding? Let's talk about it. So here it states that, what is your personal brand? What does it mean? Simply put, your brand is your promise to your customer. It tells them what they can expect from your products and services. Your offering from that of your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. Okay? It says here, who you want to be and who people perceive you to be. See, a lot of people, and I'll just take this way out of context, but it's going to fit in with the video. Have you noticed that people, they're using terms like Karen and a male Karen and a Brad or something like that, because they're essentially calling police on non-violent or criminal matters, right? Trying to get people essentially either killed or in trouble. And the next thing you know, they're getting fired from their jobs. They're the ones who are pro-mask or anti-mask, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? And they're coughing on people, they're shaming people, and they're losing their jobs. That is because their brand is now damaged. I know I took it out of context, but I want you to fit it back in. I want you to use that intelligent thought that I know you guys have. But see, that is your brand. Your brand is your personality. Your brand is your intelligence. Anytime you're meeting up with people, either in a personal matter or professional manner, you are still your brand. You are your brand. When you think Ross World, you think of Ross. When you think of learn money and be inspired, you think of me. So if you met me in person, if we did a show or a program together, then you like, is that the same guy that I see every time on video? Is he living up to what he is doing, or is he just playing the game? Is he just one of these Hollywood YouTube actors out here giving us all these charlatans of snake oil information so he can make money off his lies? Is he being perfidious at most? You are your brand. So when you have an ill moment, when you have a lapse in judgment, when you have a fit of rage and you act outside of your normal self, then you may be damaging your brand. And this is why you're probably not successful. Let's get into it. Can a person be their own brand? It states here that brand is a term we most often hear in terms of marketing, business sales, etc. But in reality, a brand is much more comparable to a personality and the way you represent yourself, meaning that each individual person has their own brand, whether they know it or not. See, I'm hearing a lot of people say, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc., that the person that's behind the camera is a character that is not really them. But don't you have a business? Are you being a character then? I want to know. You want to know who you're dealing business with. You want to know who you're buying products and services from. Am I a saint? No, the hell I'm not. I curse. I enjoy one of these every once in a while. But I put my point across. I get my point across. And that's very important. You are your brand. You are your brand. Your personal brand refers to how you promote yourself. It is expertise, experience, and personality that you want everyone else to see about you. It can be a combination of how the media depicts you, the idea people get from the information they find about you online, and how they perceive you in real life. See, the problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is that you started a business or you work for a business and you don't understand that you are your brand. See, some people just think about branding themselves as far as, oh, you know, I have to keep a certain persona about myself. I have to keep a certain image. That's not just when you're starting your own business. That is not when you're starting your own business, but it's even when you're working for a business. See, some people have that term called the corporate smile, where you're smiling through your pain because you hate the person on the other side of the Zoom chat. Okay. Yeah. You hate them, but okay. All right. I'll send that email, motherfucker. That bitch. You know, that's what you do, correct? See, here's the thing. You have to encompass your personality and brand and make it work for you, because whether it's working for somebody or starting your own business, it can multiply your revenue. And this is why you're not successful, because you don't understand the difference. This is not my brand. This is a freaking logo. The slogan is learn money and be inspired. That is not my brand. I am my brand. If you would have met me in person, and some of the people who look at me they would tell you he is just like that in person. Whatever you see is whoever you get. You book a consultation with me, there is no cutting corners. There is no candy coating anything. There is no hiding behind the bush. We're going to go through your finances. You're going to have the privacy of me not telling a single soul, but we're going to be straight up in front about your business, about your personal budget, your credit score, whatever you're trying to do and be in life. That's what we're going to go over, because you're going to get me. You're not getting a character. You're not getting an actor. You're not getting a YouTube personality. No, ladies and gentlemen, you are getting Ray Ross. And that is the problem, because you're trying to play in so many different parallels, so many different dimensions. This is why. See, we learned the term code switching, knowing how to operate in certain environments. And that's a very good thing. But let that be a part of you. Don't let that be fake. I'm not saying that you have to be the professional you all the time, but you have to be you all the time. We all have different mood swings. We all have different sets that we act in accordingly. And that's right. But don't forget, no matter where you are, You at a baseball game. You're in a Kentucky Fried Chicken. You went to a ballet or an orchestra. It doesn't matter. You are still your brand. If anybody recognizes you, if anybody saw you, if you act out a fool, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you work for somebody or have your own business, your brand will be damaged. Your brand will be damaged. Yes. So some of the things you have to focus, you have to be laser focused of who and what you are and what you want to get out of life, personally and professionally. Good evening, Jermaine Anderson Wendell. You have to be laser focused. The number two, which I am 99% of the time, is genuine. Be real, be relatable. If you're intelligent, then be intelligent. But people hate fake people. And people can see through your Maybelline. People can see through your foundation. People can see through you being fake. This is why you're not successful, family. And some of you are not thinking, oh, well, I'm not doing my own business. I'm just working for somebody. No. People can see when you're fake. They're like, no, I don't want somebody who's like that. You ever heard of the term faking until you make it? Just stop faking it, just make it. I'm just making a point here. See, a lot of times people, when you're branding yourself each and every day, people want to know one particular thing about you. What is your story? What are your certification qualifications? Now, I'm going to ask the family here a question. Take, for instance, you got two people, don't matter the gender. One is out of college with 2 years of experience. Then you have another person with 10 years of experiences with no college, no certification, no degrees. Who do you want working on your team? The person with 10 years of experience or the person with the college degree, the certification, and 2 years of experience? You might ask yourself, well, I want the guy with the college degree or 2 years of experience because I may want him to one day to be a manager. Do you need a degree to be a manager? Do you need to be an owner to be a manager? Or would you want the guy with 10 years of experience? Because here's the thing. When you're branding yourself, when you're walking around in your brand and people essentially find out and know who you are, you're passing out business cards, so sending out digital business cards, and you are talking to people about your business. I do this, I do that. They are watching you now because they trying to figure out they're going to do business with you. You are your brand. What is your story? Why should I go with your business versus somebody else? I had a sister on here. Her name was Janice Johnson, and she was telling how the hair care, the natural hair care and skin organic products market is saturated. It's saturated with so many people doing it. And I said, well, how do you separate yourself apart from those? And she said, knowing your business, being genuine, being real, being an expert in the field. And that's what you guys are not doing. See, you are so involved with being entertained. You are so involved in your daily life. Yeah, I know you got kids, husbands, wives. I got it. But when are you going to take the time out of your day to be your brand, to be a professional, to know what the hell you're talking about, to do the research, analysis, have some speaking points? The problem is in this technological age of information, everybody knows everything because you can just simply what? Google it. No. I don't need you to Google a damn thing. I want you to know what you know because of your research. That's why I give financial information different than anybody else, because I do my research. I analytically break down the things that I have read, and I make that applicable not only to my life, but to your life as well. Are you doing it in your own business? Are you doing it on your own job? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Because the question would be, would I want to know financial information from somebody who's always been rich? Their family was rich. They have inheriting wealth. Or would you want to know how to be rich and wealthy from a person who grew up in the ghetto, who grew up in the slums without his mother and father, who lived in group homes, who went through adversities, who went through all those things and still is successful, who is still building, who is still growing, who is still passionate, who is still motivated, who is still grinding, and who is still promoting themselves as what and who they are? Which one would you want? Which one will you want? That's the question I have. And even in that, you know the old gospel song, I failed 7 times, but I got back up. You're going to fail. Yes. See, the problem is you want everything to be given to you. No. You can't just watch a YouTube video and get all the information that you need to be successful. This is not the Biggie song. I need a step-by-step booklet for you to get. No. You're going to get pieces and bits of information. It's like a freaking puzzle, and you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to go out there with 70% of the information and try again. The only difference between you and somebody successful is that they did not quit. That is the difference. The difference between you and somebody else is they did not quit. See, your job is just over broke. J-O-B, just over broke. That is your job. Now, you may consider yourself low income. You may consider yourself poor. But poor simply means what, family? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Passing over opportunities repeatedly because your ass quit. Yeah, you're the one who went out to the track team and you ran around the track one time. You're like, that's it? We're practice over? Like, no, you got to do it 10 more times. Oh, I can't do that. I'm giving up. Yeah, you're a quitter. That's why you're not successful. And then you complain and explain. You complain and explain to everybody around you why it's so hard out here. That is because you quit. Yeah. That is because you quit. That's why it's hard. And that's why you're a loser. And that is why you're not successful, because all the while people are seeing your demeanor. People are seeing your personality. People are seeing your energy. And they say, that is your brand. You are a freaking loser. You are a brand of losers. That's what they're saying. Not me. That is what the people in the right positions to give you contracts, to give you opportunities, to make a way. And if you have your own business, you're an entrepreneur, it could be even your customers. They're like, you gave up. We saw something in you. You are your brand. And we all going to fail at some point in life. Like me, I can get on my phone and I'll be talking about buying properties, right? And I'm gonna make it real. I usually don't show my personal information. And I'm gonna show this right here on the camera. And it says, I did reach out to the listing agent again today. He said he would not be able to speak to the owners until tomorrow. And I said, okay, thank you for the continuous efforts on this contract. Let me put this to the camera. I want you guys to see that conversation I'm having with my realtor of buying another property. Okay, of buying a property. Okay, this ain't no little fake check. That's all my people in my phone. And there's the last one, like right there. It says at the top, what? My real estate agent. Okay. See, I'm very transparent because you notice a lot of people won't show you personal information because they'll tell you, oh, my personal life is private. But at the same time, aren't you your brand? How are you going to be teaching people? Don't get me wrong. Even the charlatans, even the people who sell you snake oil, they can still teach you something. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times I like to be so damn transparent, it's scary. when I made that $10,000 mistake and I did that short call option with Tesla, I told you guys, right? You said, damn, man, how did your portfolio go to 40,000 to 28,000? Dumbass mistake. I didn't do all of my research. And it should have been a long call option. And guess what? Tesla's still not at 800. Go figure. Here's another attribute that you need in being successful in creating your brand. Be a positive impact. Be a positive impact. Let me tell you something, family. Are you going to be positive in everything you do? No. But I just want you to realize you can still be the real you, but you have to learn how to cultivate. You have to learn how to tame. You have to know how to dial back in certain situations so your personal brand is not damaged. And that's the problem. We have pride. We have, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm a grown ass man mentality. Yeah, you're going to be grown, all right, and you're going to be grown and broke. You're going to be grown and unsuccessful. You're going to be grown and a freaking loser. And some of you, oh, you want me to be fake. No. I want you to be the real you, but I want you to be a better you because you are your brand. Branding is not simply a logo. Branding is not simply a slogan. Branding is not essentially what you speak out of your mouth, but it is what you show people. That's branding. And know what other people like? People like to see you successful. People like to see you successful. I'm looking at this article over here because it says, live your brand. Live your brand, it says here. It says building a personal brand difficult on yourself is to separate your brand from your personal life. While certainly doable, it's easier when initially creating a personal brand to have your actual lifestyle and brand be one at the same time. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say you have to be your brand in your personal and professional life? I'm just saying. And see, when your brand is so good, when your brand is so inviting, such a fresh breath of air, so to speak. Like, look at our brother over there. Look at the adversities. People will start to tell your story for you, will make people gravitate to your brand, which brings in the dollars, which brings in success, which brings in partners, which brings in contracts. All the while you're building what? You're building generational wealth. You're stacking dollars in your bank account. You're going to have so much business that you ain't going to know what to do with it. Every day I get an email from another person wanted to promote a brand or excuse me, a product or a service on my YouTube channel. Have you guys seen any commercials on my YouTube channel yet? Have you guys seen any of me that's like, oh, promotional video? I get them all day. I get them all day. Every week there's a new company out there say, hey, we want you to do a commercial on your channel because we see the type of information you put out, and I think this would be a perfect fit. Guess what I got to go do? I got to go vet that company. I got to see their main purpose. I got to look at their brand. See, my thing is I don't want to damage what I'm trying to build. So I'm not just looking at their company. I'm like, what about you? What are you doing in your personal life? Do you have any misdemeanors or felonies that I need to know about? Do you have any civil suits? Bill, oh, that's my personal note. That is your brand. I need to know who the hell I'm dealing with. You see it all day, every day, family. You see it all day, every day when people are getting caught up with other people because they don't know what's going on in their personal life. Well, did you know that he was trafficking children? What? Wow. Wait a minute. Hold up. Did you know that he's a registered pedophile? Whoa. Are you serious? Remember that whole thing with Oprah and Epstein and all? Yeah. You see how that's relatable? That's why you have to be your brand. And before you bring anybody on, you have to vet them. You have to vet them. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be times when you may not have time to vet anybody and you have to make a move. And it's a chance that you take. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I essentially researched and did background checks on everybody I did a video with or did business with. I can't tell you that. That'll be an absolute lie. And if some of you are getting confused with branding and advertising is, there's different. Advertising is you essentially trying to sell someone a product or service. Branding is letting the people know who you are and what you are. When I go out and I'm looking for different people to bring you different content on my channel, that's my branding to them. This is what do you get. Guess what the first thing these people go do? Guess what these people go do before they come on Financial Literacy 101? Guess what they go do? The first thing they go do is, oh, we're going on your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel name? Okay, I'll contact you in a day or so. And they go watch a couple of my videos and they say, hey, they're vetting me, see if they want to be associated with my brand. Because again, if they're coming on my show, you're going to correlate, you're going to compare, you're going to join their brand and my brand. So if to them, if my brand is damaged, meaning I'm a damaged person, I'm not living up to what I say I'm living up to, then they don't want to be associated with me. Does that make sense? This is just not about being successful in your professional life. This is also about being professional in your personal life. You are your brand. So, and people come and say, okay, well, he smoke a cigar, you know, have some drinks on. Okay, he's speaking real to the people. Seem like very, you know, down to earth guy. He uses a little profanity every now and again, but for the most part, he seems very genuine and he's consistent. That's the problem right there. That is the problem right there, family. I guarantee a lot of you are not consistent. I make a point to you. Doing this video right here, right now, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I woke up early. I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up early. My son had a football game. It was 96 degrees. The game was about an hour and a half. We was in 96 degree, high humidity, Texas heat, Texas summer. All of us was sweating profusely. We went to go eat at a local restaurant. I took a shower when I said, I still have to do my cigar talk. We're going to a local restaurant tonight called Daiquiris, where they're going to play some jazz. But I still have to do my cigar talk. I still have to give people the information that I prepared for throughout the week. That's being consistent. And then when I don't give you, at least I'll give you a note. I give you a post here. Hey, I'm taking a day off, taking a night off. Consistency. That is what you get because this is my brand. Not this, me. I'm my brand. And in order for you to be successful, you have to become your brand. Where people talk about you, when people see you, what are they saying? What are they thinking? Now, most people, when they meet me, I'm a very silly, funny, cracking, joking type of guy. But when you get me one-on-one, and this is where code switching comes into be, we start talking about either personal relationships, we start talking about personal business relationships, or we're talking about business. That is when you get a different side of me, but I'm still my brand. I'm light, I'm funny, corny. This depends on the setting. But when those real conversations start to come out, that's when you start touching a different side of me. See, I'm not saying that you're branding yourself or you being branded is one way. No. We all have different face values. We all have different facets of who we are. That's all a part of us. But realize this, not everybody's going to take it for face value. Everybody's not going to be accepting of my fun-loving, cracking, joking nature. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if you don't want to associate yourself with me. I'm okay with that. But for the majority of the people that I bring into my fold, they can deal with my humor as well as I can deal with some of their attitudes and angst and personalities because I understand that's their brand. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying here. It says right here, it says developing a brand statement. It says your brand statement is the future vision for your brand, and you'll need to answer the following questions to create one. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you want to go? Whom do you serve? What skills or capabilities do you need to develop to do so? The first one was, who are you? If you start and finish your statement with you're a survivor, we can no longer have a conversation. You know why? You know why if you tell me that you're a survivor, you say, who are you? I'm a survivor. And no, I survived so much. And what have you done? Because my response probably would be, oh man, I'm a survivor. Okay, no shit. Me too. Me too. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I wasn't even born with a wooden spoon in my mouth. So what have you done with your life? Here you are, your mid-20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. What have you done with your life? What are your accomplishments? What are your achievements? Not for everybody else. Let me make that very, 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 very clear. Not for no one else except for you. What are your life goals? What are the milestones you set for yourself? Because this is all making of your brand. You see what I'm saying? Your adversities, the things that you overcame. See, when I look at, let's take, for instance, veterans who have lost a body part, an amputee, so to speak. And I see what they have gone through in their personal training sessions. They went from losing a leg to running 10 miles. That is his brand. He is not only a survivor, but he is thriving. He is successful in what he is doing. So I want you to use that success word transformationally throughout your entire life. Some people go through a harsh time in their life and they give up. That's it. I quit. I can't do it no more. This is too hard. But you want to be successful. You want to live comfortably. You want to take vacations. You want to invest in stocks. You want to get out of debt. You want to get rid of school debt and credit card, yada, yada, yada. You want to do all these things. But the only thing that I know about you is that you survive and you're a quitter, which ends up equaling to be a loser. Yeah. You are a loser. The reason why you a loser is because you quit. You see what I'm saying? You are a loser because you quit, not because you lost. See, you may fail at something. You may fail at something. You may fail at something, but you continue to try. You continue to try. One of the most famous stories in all of the world is Michael Jordan. Oh, he didn't make his high school basketball team his first time, but he practiced that a whole entire summer. And then the next thing you know, he's on the team. The next thing you know, he's starting. And next thing you know, he's the world's greatest basketball player, all because he didn't quit. I want you to think about that because it's one of the most well-known stories of a non-quitter, but you continue to quit in your life. Oh, I'm tired. I just came back from the club. Why? Why are you wasting your time? I'm not telling you you shouldn't go out and have a good time. But if that's all you're doing, if all you're doing is out there, ladies chasing the bag and fellas, the only thing you chasing is ass. And then on the other hand, you're talking about you want to be successful. You want to grow a business. You want to move up in your organization. You ain't real. You're not being genuine because you know why? I need to see your work. I need to see your work. Yeah, I need to see the time that you put into things. This is your brand. You guys have a great and wonderful evening. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy.